G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Sorry about the dodgy sound, I forgot to pack my microphone today. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Is it sinking in yet? Is it sinking in what we've done? I think it just about is for me now. It's weird, like the feeling's got more intense over the last few days as it sinks in. And I draw those like mental links between what we've just done and my memories of what I experienced as a kid in 1984. Um, there's been so much. One of the big differences is that to relive that 1984, yeah, I could watch the game. The game's on YouTube. Good game. Um, but that's about it. There's a little bit of build-up. There's a couple of interviews. But what I've really enjoyed is the amount of footage out there of behind the scenes, the players celebrating. I've been devouring all the fan footage of people that were at the game or people that were at the parade. I mean, that parade still knocks my socks off. It really does. Incredible. A friend of mine was there, and the way he described it was they were waiting for the bus and all the flares were going off, flares everywhere. And he said the bus emerged out of the blue and white smoke. How about that, eh? So I've just been loving it. I've been loving it. And even though I'm right over the other side of the world, I've felt like I was there. I felt part of it. So for all I bag technology, because I'm a moany old geezer, I think it's been amazing the amount of stuff I've been able to see, and some of the edits that people are putting together. There's a great one. I'll try and remember to put a link by a channel called Films by Tom, where he's done a montage. Well, it tells the story. It tells the story really well, because I was thinking of putting something together and I saw this and I thought, no, I can't do that. And he absolutely nails it, so it's well worth a look at. Have a box of tissues because you're going to start crying again. Again, I've seen montages of Sonny, his journey at Spurs from when he joined us as, barely a man really, and he said all throughout he wants to win something with Spurs, and he's not a legend until he lifts a trophy. Well, he's done it now. He's done it now. And I'm excited about what's coming up. We've got the Super Cup coming up in August. And then there might be this other cup, which seems to be a fairly new thing, but hey, a cup's a cup, man, where the Europa League winners, which is us, Tottenham Hotspur, play the equivalent competition winners of South America. So I think that's Racing who won that. I don't know if that match has been scheduled. Sometimes they have trouble scheduling these things, so whether it'll happen or not, I'm not 100% sure. I hope it does, because we could win the Super Cup and then we could win that. I think it's just called the UEFA CONMEBOL Club Challenge. But hey, wouldn't that be exciting to play a South American team? Beat them as well. Now, I mean, there's been so much speculation I've seen over Ange's job and whether Ange's job is safe, and the fact that we haven't heard anything from the club. I'm not really fazed by all that, because when have we ever heard anything from the club about anything? They're notorious for being a closed shop and having no contact with the outside world. So I'm assuming that, Ange's on a 4-year contract, and unless you don't hear anything, you just keep turning up for work, don't you? So I don't think it's a big deal. I'd be so surprised if the club do anything differently. I just can't see it, and I think if they'd have done it, it would have happened by now. They would have had a guy waiting in the wings, ready to take over. I mean, anything else. If we're just getting rid of a manager and then nothing, there's no, then the whole news is throughout the whole bloody summer is speculation about who the replacement is. That would be terrible by the club. So I reckon if they haven't got someone to go, no news is good news as far as I'm concerned. No news is good news. I don't think it's a question. I mean, it's quite clear. I take Ange's word for it. He prioritised the Europa League um, at the expense of the league. The players seem to back him up on that, and I don't, I don't know if look, if you're a fan out there and you'd rather all of this be taken away, the parade, the cup, everything, all that be taken away in exchange for fourth or fifth in the Premier League, then you think of football in a very different way to me, I think. So I think no news is good news as far as that's concerned. I think a lot of this speculation is there's a bit of disbelief still, a bit of disbelief. But I mean, the media is really pushing a line on our league form this year, and I think people are forgetting that we came fifth last year. So, what changed between that year and the year just gone? Is our squad worse? I don't think so. I think there's some players really grown into it. Has Ange suddenly become a crappy manager that doesn't understand how to win league games? No, maybe it was the injuries then, eh? And I think it makes sense. I mean, I remember when I used to go to Spurs, and there'd be a league game with a big cup game in a couple of days, and there'd be some team changes, and we were all accepting of that. You know, that's makes sense. You want to do well in a cup, and I'm seeing ridiculous things like people saying, "Well, shouldn't we all get refunds for our season tickets if Ange gave up on the league?" And I think people are forgetting what they're paying for. They're not paying for a result. They're paying to sit and watch a game of football, and that's it. So I think with a bit of squad strengthening, we'll see how that all pans out during the transfer window, and a bit more luck with fitness. I don't see any reason why we can't progress really quite high up in the league. But the main thing for me is a bit of Champions League glory. We haven't won that one. And I think people who are writing us off for that one already are making a big mistake. Big mistake. Just as they wrote Ange off with his comments. His big comments about always winning in his second year seem to come to pass. And if he says season 3 is going to be better than season 2, I've got no reason to doubt him. He backs up his statements. And even at the time when he was saying that, I knew what he was saying. He wasn't saying, I guarantee I'll win this year. He's saying, I always win in my second year. But I was stunned at the outrage of it. Like, even if that's totally unrealistic, that's what I want to hear a manager say. I want to hear a manager with intent and giving us a fighting chance. I don't want to hear a manager, a bit like maybe Conte say, oh, this is a miracle. Need a magic wand. Called out a wand, mate. This is a wand. And if it doesn't work out, I'm happy with, I'm fine with that. I think it's a bit silly to hold comments like that against people, because only one team can win, and it was us in that competition. But you've got to have belief, you've got to have purpose, and then see where the cards lie. And the cards went well for us, but we did it ourselves. No one to thank. Everyone was against us. And I just think this is just needless speculation, because the way the fans are seems to be pretty united behind the club. I don't think there's a split at all. I think most people, even if they're sceptical on Ange, I see a lot of people now saying, well, he's earned the right to at least start next season and see how we go. And I think that's reasonable, isn't it? If we start off the season and we fall over our own shoelaces, then I get it. But I don't think that's going to happen, because I think the support at our ground is going to be immense. And I think our players are going to have even more fire in their eyes. And I think we're going to surprise a few more people this year, and I cannot wait. There's going to be speculation over the transfer window. This ain't the channel for that. I don't know anything about football. Don't know anything about any other players. I'll just see who comes in and who goes out and talk about it when it happens. But for the moment, I hope all the players are having a good holiday. Get your asses back to the training ground. We've got Super Cup to win, folks. Anyway, till next time, folks. Peace and love, peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.